Hello, diecast fans, and welcome to another brand new episode of Jim's Magnificent Miniature Motor Cars. For this episode, we will be unboxing this Aston Martin DBS 007 edition by Mini GT. Wow, I didn't realize we were already at 1,000 Mini GT models. I mean, I figured since they've been around since 2017, but to actually see the numbers on a box like this, number 1008, wow, that's really something. Well, may they make many, many more. All right. Okay, you know how I often compare the models. Oh, there the dogs go again. You know, I started recording because I thought they'd had their fill of barking, but it just seems they really just can't shut up. You know, maybe the dog people in the audience can tell me why do dogs bark so much anyway? Because to the best of my knowledge, the dogs next door just aren't tied up. They just love the sound of their own freaking voices. Well, anyway, I refuse to derail this unboxing video because of a bunch of stupid yappy dogs. Anyway, sorry, as I was saying, dear diecast fans, those of you who follow the channel know by now that I like to compare cars I unbox with pictures of their real life counterparts. Well, for this video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I won't be pulling out any pictures from the internet of an actual Aston Martin DBS, but I will be comparing it to this Tarmac Works DBS because it's very rare, dear diecast fans, that I actually get to do head-to-heads between Mini GT and Tarmac Works, because there is surprisingly little overlap between their product lines. I don't know how that is. You know, it just seems that it's very rare that Tarmac Works and Mini GT make the same model car. So I rarely have the opportunity to compare them side by side. Well, this is basically the first. And well, you know what? The Mini GT does look great beside the Tarmac Works, especially since, look at that, see, the Tarmac Works has a bare under chassis. You know, I don't know why that happened, but the Mini GT has an extremely detailed one in comparison. Look at that. See? So, okay. And of course, the Tarmac Works looks great with this this sort of like a candy apple red, but the Mini GT with this charcoal this metallic gray finish looks brilliant. Well, I gotta say, and I gotta say, I know the difference seems negligible at this scale, but it seems to me that the Mini GT has very slightly better stance. I mean, yeah, the Tarmac Works, I don't know if it's a trick of the light or my eyes, but it seems to sit ever so slightly taller. Look at this, which is, instead of having them side by side. Okay, look at the Tarmac Works, seems to sit a little tall. Okay, let's look at the Mini GT. Yeah, although the stance is very comparable there, see, it looks distinctly like the Mini GT sits a little lower, which I think is really cool. It's amazing actually that there's even a difference at this scale. Anyway, I can't remember what I gave the Tarmac Works. It was quite some time ago that I unboxed it. But regardless of what I gave the Tarmac Works, dear diecast fans, and since I'm a huge fan of Aston Martins, the Mini GT gets a perfect 10 from me. Yeah, This is a perfect. I'm fairly sure the Tarmac Works did not get a perfect 10. Probably got in the region of an 8.5 or a 9. I highly doubt it got a 10. But yeah, this Mini GT, most definitely. Look at that. There's even Aston Martin printing. Well, Tarmac Works has it too, to be fair. But yeah, the Mini GT qualifies for a perfect 10 in my humble opinion. Anyway, that's it for this unboxing. I hope you enjoyed this episode since I had a slightly different format comparing this to a comparable model from another brand. I hope you folks enjoyed this episode. Now, if you like what you see, please consider giving me a like and a subscribe and hitting that notification bell